So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Chill Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today we're gonna talk about the brand new album by Killswitch Engage, and it's called This Consequence. So, this album is 10 songs, 35 minutes in length, and it's their first album since the last album they put out, I think it was like in 2019, so it's been a while. I know the band Jesse Leach went to do a Times of Grace record and other projects, and I think Adam D also was working on other stuff. So yeah, it's a long gap between albums for this band, and I gotta say, first of all, what I love about this album, I think in 35 minutes they capture a lot of the essence of classic Killswitch Engage, and Jesse Leach sounds as great as ever. Killswitch Engage for me has always been a band for metalcore that I've always enjoyed because they write songs with a lot of like feeling and positive messages, and in different times in my life I've gravitated towards them. I love them with their Howard Jones era in the 2000s. Obviously the End of Heartache, to me, it's such a classic record. And when they came back with Jesse Leach in 2013 with Disarm the Descent, it was a time in my life where I was working closed and I was in between jobs and feeling kind of like miserable. And I remember listening to that album, especially the song In Due Time. And that track, it was all like, everything will come in due time. And I really gravitated to it. Like, it gave me hope. And I'm saying this because this past week for me has been a tough week in many things. And yeah, I gotta say, I've been feeling a little down and shitty this week. So this album really brought my spirits up. And it's so important to talk about mental health too, because, you can be cheerful all the time. And this week, I needed that like oomph and like positive energy, and Killswitch Engage gave that to me with This Consequence, and that's the power of great music. So yeah, 10 tracks. So the album starts with Abandon Us, and this album starts like heavy from the get-go. Something that if you listen to the first singles, the singles that they put out, which is Forever Aligned and I Believe, which is track number 4 and 5, are maybe the most commercial sounding songs on this record. So they save the best for the other tracks. Not saying that those singles are bad, but they save the more harder stuff for the other tracks. So Abandon Us starts with a great riffing, great drums, and it's very heavy and melodic at the same time. And something that this album also benefits is like this. The songs are short. They do what they do. They're catchy. They do not overstay their welcome. Then the second track, Discordant Nation, that's a more faster, aggressive track, and it's like a very short track, like less than 2 minutes, and it has some metalcore, almost like even like in the thrashier type of sense, like in that song, and great chorus to it, like when Jesse Lee shouts Discordant Nation, and he gives you those heavy anthemic vocals. They really hit hard. Then the song after that, Aftermath, starts with a clean guitar, very classic Killswitch Engage. Remember like a song like My Curse with the ta-na-na-na. So this one starts with a softer thing, and then it goes into classic Killswitch Engage with those great riffing, like those melodic vocals. So it's a great track. Then you have the two singles, Forever Aligned, which is catchy and melodic, and I think it's a good single. But the song I Believe, which is the second single they released, I really needed that song this week, because that song is all about I believe there's hope for better days, and I really needed a pick me up. And I was almost I didn't almost think that I felt like recording an album review this week because of how I was feeling. I wasn't really up to it, but after listening to this Killswitch Engage record, I'm like, like this album really picked me up. And I believe it's just like In Due Time did in 2013 for me, this song is doing it in 2025. Yes, there's something in the lyrics that maybe people, it sounds like it's like a Christian song, but it's not. It's obviously a song about believing in yourself and knowing that even in hard times, like better days are coming, nothing is permanent. And that's another thing. I think Jesse Leach is a great songwriter and lyricist. He writes with feeling and he sings with a lot of feeling, which is something that not all metalcore vocalists can do, but he can do it great. Then the last 5 tracks that follow is where they get more really heavy and aggressive. I'm telling you, it's banger after banger after banger. You have the songs is When It Dies, Collusion, The Fall of Us, Broken Glass, and Requiem. So Where It Dies is a harder track with some great guitar riffing, and again, there's some tasty solos, and Adam D is a great guitar player and obviously producer. He's always produced a lot of their stuff. So I think they hadn't had these heavier riffs in a long time. So yeah, Where It Dies, great, aggressive, really keeps you energized. Then they follow that with Collusion, which is a shorter track with great harsh vocals and clean vocals to boot. And when it goes hard on this track, it really goes hard. But the clean ones, so it's Jesse Leach is so great and switching from clean to harsh. So he can do both. Then you have The Fall of Us. This one has a great bass part. This one with the melodic choruses, I'm telling you, this one could have been a single. Like if they release a third or fourth single, I think The Fall of Us would go right there because it's aggressive, but it's also catchy and melodic at the same time. And that bass line that they have like at the middle of the song where the bass shines, I really like that because it was like something different. Like because I think Killswitch Engage is more known as a guitar-driven band. So having the bass in that part really set that song apart. Then you have Broken Glass. This one is a harder, shorter track, but also I love the chorus on this one. Another song that I think could easily be a single. Jesse Leach sings really from the heart and hard hitting on this one. And they end the record with the song Requiem. Which again is short, it's less than 3 minutes, but more great riffing, more great choruses, and they say apart in the song, this is not the end, this isn't a requiem. So it's like it's an album that has some bleak, like everything is bad, but you can always outgrow it. So that's a difference between Killswitch Engage and other metalcore bands, is like the positivity. And they're positive without falling into the corny category. I'm looking at you, all that remains in the corny. But yeah, I think this Consequence is their best album since Disarm the Descent in 2013. I think they needed some years to rest because sometimes the only minor nitpick that I could have with Killswitch Engage is that sometimes it's like just another Killswitch Engage. It's Killswitch Engage by the numbers. But I think on this one, they added some different elements to give it like a real difference. And I think having shorter tracks really works for Killswitch Engage because no song overstays their welcome. So yeah, I think this Consequence by Killswitch Engage is a great record. I loved it, and I think if some people were maybe put off by the singles, with the thinking, oh, they sound too commercial, no, listen to the rest of the record. They really put out the singles that would get more commercial airplay first and kept the harder ones for the record. So I want to know from you, Couchers, what do you think of this Consequence by Killswitch Engage? Comment down below what are your favorite tracks from it. And if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to subscribe or give me a like. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm to get to more people like yourself. So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on the couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.